Right now, at this very moment, you are standing at a crossroads. One path leads to the same tomorrow you had yesterday. The same frustrations. The same excuses. The same broken promises to yourself. The same mediocre results. The same life you've been living for years, wondering when things will finally change. The other path? It leads somewhere completely different. It leads to a version of yourself you've only imagined in your quietest moments of ambition. The version who wakes up energized, who follows through on commitments, who builds the body, the business, the bank account, the relationships that most people only dream about. This isn't going to be another collection of feel-good quotes that fade by tomorrow morning. This isn't about positive thinking or vision boards or manifesting your dreams through wishful thoughts alone. This is about something far more powerful, far more tangible, far more guaranteed to produce real, measurable results in your life. This is about discipline. Real discipline. The kind that builds empires, transforms bodies, creates wealth, and turns ordinary people into legends. The kind that separates those who dream from those who achieve. The kind that most people talk about but never truly develop. You picked up this audiobook for a reason. Maybe you are tired of starting over every Monday. Maybe you are exhausted from watching others succeed while you stay stuck in the same patterns, year after year. Maybe you've had enough of your own excuses, your own self-sabotage, your own broken promises to yourself. Maybe you are finally ready to become the person you know, deep in your soul, you are capable of being. Whatever brought you here, you are in the right place at the right time. For the next hour and 25 minutes, we are going to do something radical. We are going to dismantle every excuse, every limiting belief, every self-sabotaging pattern that's been keeping you average. And we are going to replace them with something unbreakable. A disciplined system so powerful, so proven, so effective that failure becomes impossible when you apply it consistently. But before we go any further, I need to be completely honest with you about something that most motivational content won't tell you. This audiobook will give you the blueprint. It will give you the exact strategies, techniques, and principles that have transformed thousands of lives. It will show you precisely what to do, how to do it, and why it works. But here's the hard truth. Blueprints don't build buildings. Action builds buildings. Knowledge without execution is just entertainment. Think about it. You can know everything about fitness and still be out of shape. You can know everything about business and still be broke. You can know everything about relationships and still be alone. You can consume hundreds of hours of motivational content and still be exactly where you are today. The difference between people who transform their lives and people who stay stuck isn't knowledge. It's not intelligence. It's not even talent or luck or connections. It's discipline. It's the willingness to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Especially when you don't feel like doing it. It's the ability to keep your commitments to yourself when nobody's watching. When it's hard. When it's uncomfortable. When every fiber of your being is screaming for you to quit. So before we dive into the 10-day blueprint, before I share the exact strategies that will revolutionize your life, I need to ask you something crucial. Are you ready to actually apply what you are about to learn? Not just listen. Not just nod along. Not just feel inspired for a moment and then go back to your old patterns. But actually apply these principles. Actually do the uncomfortable work of changing your habits, your routines, your daily actions, your very identity. Are you ready to sacrifice who you are now for who you could become? Because transformation requires sacrifice. It requires you to give up the comfort of your current patterns. It requires you to let go of excuses you've been clinging to for years. It requires you to step into discomfort, uncertainty, and growth. Most people aren't willing to pay that price. They want the results without the work. They want the transformation without the discomfort. They want to become a new person while holding on to all their old habits. It doesn't work that way. It's never worked that way. It will never work that way. But if you are still here, if you are still listening, if something inside you is saying, yes, I'm ready, I'm finally ready to do whatever it takes, then you are exactly where you need to be. Because what you are about to discover isn't theory. It's not untested ideas or motivational fluff. This is a proven system that has transformed lives across every demographic you can imagine. Busy executives who went from overwhelmed and reactive to focused and proactive. Single parents who went from exhausted and hopeless to energized and purposeful. College students who went from directionless and distracted to clear and driven. Entrepreneurs who went from struggling and stuck to thriving and scaling. Athletes who went from average and inconsistent to exceptional and unstoppable. The principles you are about to learn are universal. They work regardless of your starting point. They work regardless of your past failures. They work regardless of your current circumstances. But they only work if you work for them. So here's what I need from you right now. Before we begin, I need you to make a commitment. Not to me, to yourself. Commit that you will not just listen to this audiobook passively. Commit that you will take notes. That you will pause and reflect when something resonates. That you will identify at least 3 specific actions you will implement immediately after finishing this audiobook. Commit that you will give yourself permission to be uncomfortable as you grow. That you will embrace the resistance and push through it. That you will show up even on the days when you don't feel like it. Commit that you will measure your progress. That you will track your actions. That you will hold yourself accountable to becoming the person you claim you want to be. Can you make that commitment? Really? Because if you can't commit to yourself for the next 85 minutes, how will you commit to the days, weeks, and months of consistent action required to transform your life? If you are ready, truly ready, then let's begin. Your revolution starts now. Let me tell you exactly what we are going to cover in this blueprint. We'll start with the discipline awakening, where you'll discover why everything you think you know about discipline is wrong, and what it really takes to develop unbreakable self-mastery. Then we'll dive into the Morning Domination Protocol, the exact 5-step sequence that will help you win every day before the world even wakes up. You'll learn how to build your focus fortress in a world designed to distract you, and how to protect your attention like the valuable currency it is. We'll explore the failure fuel system, teaching you how to transform setbacks into stepping stones and use every obstacle as fuel for your success. You'll discover the art of environment engineering, learning how to design your surroundings so that discipline becomes automatic instead of agonizing. We'll master the momentum multiplication method, showing you how small, consistent actions compound into extraordinary results. You'll face the hard truths in the sacrifice strategy, understanding what you must give up to gain what you truly want. We'll work on the identity transformation process, helping you become the type of person who naturally achieves the goals you are currently struggling to reach. You'll learn the execution excellence formula, discovering why imperfect action beats perfect planning every single time. And finally, we'll develop the unstoppable mindset, the mental armor that will protect you when life inevitably throws obstacles in your path. This isn't just information. This is transformation. This is your blueprint. This is your revolution. Chapter 1. The Discipline Awakening. Most people wake up and immediately check their phones. They hand their minds over to algorithms, notifications, and other people's agendas before their feet even touch the floor. But you are about to learn a different way. Discipline isn't what you think it is. It's not about being rigid, joyless, or militaristic. True discipline is freedom. It's the bridge between who you are and who you are capable of becoming. Think about water. Water is soft, flexible, yet it can cut through stone. That's discipline. Consistent, relentless, unstoppable action applied over time. One drop means nothing. A million drops creates canyons. Here's what nobody tells you about discipline. It's not about motivation. Motivation is like cologne. It smells nice, but it wears off. Discipline is different. Discipline is showing up when motivation has left the building. It's doing what needs to be done whether you feel like it or not. The successful people you admire? They are not more talented than you. They are not smarter. They are not luckier. They simply made discipline their default mode of operation. While others were waiting to feel inspired, they were taking action. While others were making excuses, they were making progress. Let me tell you about Marcus. Marcus was 340 pounds, drowning in debt, and stuck in a job he hated. Every Monday, he'd promise himself, "This week will be different." Every Friday, nothing had changed. Sound familiar? Then something shifted. Marcus stopped trying to change everything. He focused on one thing: discipline. Not motivation. Not inspiration. Just discipline. He committed to doing 5 things every single day, no matter what. Wake up at 5 a.m., exercise for 30 minutes, read for 20 minutes, work on his side business for 1 hour, and go to bed by 10 p.m. The first week was hell. His body screamed. His mind rebelled. Every fiber of his being wanted to quit. But he didn't. Week 2 was still hard, but slightly easier. Week 3, something interesting happened. The actions started becoming automatic. Fast forward 18 months, Marcus lost 130 pounds, paid off $40,000 in debt, and quit that soul-crushing job to run his own business full-time. When people ask him his secret, they expect some complex formula. His answer disappoints them. "I just did the same things every day, no matter how I felt." That's the discipline awakening. The moment you realize that consistency beats intensity, that small actions, repeated daily, create extraordinary results, that you don't need to feel ready. You just need to start. Your past doesn't define you. Your circumstances don't limit you. The only thing standing between you and your goals is the story you keep telling yourself about why you can't achieve them. It's time to write a new story. One built on action, not excuses. Here's your first discipline principle. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Stop waiting to feel inspired. Start moving and inspiration will find you. Chapter 2. The Morning Domination Protocol. How you start your day determines how you live your life. Most people lose the day in the first hour. They hit snooze 3 times, rush through their morning in chaos, and arrive at work already defeated. You are going to do the opposite. Welcome to the Morning Domination Protocol. This isn't about waking up at 4 a.m. to impress people on social media. This is about engineering your mornings so you win before the world even wakes up. The first battle of every day is with your alarm clock. When that alarm goes off, your brain immediately starts negotiating. Just 5 more minutes. You can start tomorrow. You need your rest. Here's the truth. The snooze button is where dreams go to die. Successful people treat their alarm like a starting gun. The second it sounds, they move. No negotiation. No debate. Feet on the floor. Game on. This single habit creates momentum that carries through the entire day. Here's your 5-step morning sequence. Step 1. Hydration activation. 5 minutes. Before coffee, before checking your phone, drink 16 ounces of water. Your body is dehydrated after 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Water activates your metabolism, flushes toxins, and kickstarts your energy. Add lemon for bonus points. Step 2. Movement ignition. 10 minutes. Move your body. Do push-ups. Stretch. Jump rope. Dance. It doesn't matter what you do. Just move. Physical movement creates mental momentum. It tells your brain, "We are awake. We are alive. Let's go." Step 3. Mindset calibration. 5 minutes. This is your mental programming time. Stand in front of a mirror and declare who you are becoming. Not who you were yesterday. Who you are becoming. I am disciplined. I am focused. I am unstoppable. Feel ridiculous? Good. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. Step 4. Priority planning. 10 minutes. Identify your 3 most important tasks for the day. Not 10. Not 20. 3. These are non-negotiables. Everything else is secondary. Write them down. Protect them like gold. These 3 things will move your life forward more than 50 mediocre tasks. Step 5. Learning injection. 10 minutes. Read something educational or listen to something motivational. Feed your mind before the world starts feeding you its garbage. 10 minutes of quality input compounds into hours of quality output. This 40-minute morning protocol will transform your life more than any college degree, any guru, any shortcut. Why? Because while everyone else is hitting snooze and scrolling Instagram, you are building the mental fortress that makes success inevitable. Sarah was a single mom working 2 jobs, drowning in exhaustion and excuses. She thought she didn't have time for morning routines. Then she realized she was spending 45 minutes every morning hitting snooze, rushing around in panic, and scrolling social media in bed. She implemented the Morning Domination Protocol. Woke up 1 hour earlier. Followed the 5 steps. Within 30 days, she had more energy than she'd had in years. Within 90 days, she'd started the online business she'd been planning for 3 years. Within a year, she quit one of those jobs. The morning protocol didn't give her more time. It gave her control. And control is power. Your mornings are your launchpad. Make them strong and the day follows suit. Make them weak and you are fighting uphill all day long. Tomorrow morning, your alarm will ring. You have 2 choices: hit snooze and stay average, or spring up and start becoming exceptional. Choose wisely. Because that choice, repeated 365 times, is the difference between the life you have and the life you want. Chapter 3. The Focus Fortress. We live in the age of distraction. Your attention is being sold to the highest bidder every second of every day. Social media, news alerts, emails, messages, they're all competing for your most valuable resource, your focus. Here's something nobody wants to admit. You cannot build anything significant with a scattered mind. You cannot achieve extraordinary results with ordinary focus. Deep work creates deep results. Shallow work creates shallow results. The average person checks their phone 96 times per day. That's once every 10 minutes. They spend 2.5 hours on social media daily. That's 912 hours per year. 38 full days scrolling through other people's highlight reels while their own life passes by unnoticed. You are going to be different. You are going to build what I call a focus fortress. The foundation. Distraction elimination. Remove every non-essential app from your phone. Turn off all notifications except calls and messages from key people. Put your phone in another room when you are working on important tasks. This will feel like cutting off a limb. Good. Comfort is the enemy of growth. The walls. Time blocking your calendar is your life in physical form. If something isn't scheduled, it doesn't exist. Block specific hours for specific tasks. Treat these blocks like meetings with your future millionaire self. Non-negotiable, non-refundable, sacred. Deep work block. 3 to 4 hours of uninterrupted focus on your most important work. No emails. No calls. No browsing. Just deep, focused creation. This is where magic happens. This is where fortunes are built. Communication block. Designated times for emails, messages, and calls. Not scattered throughout the day, infecting your focus. Contained, controlled, conquered. The guard. The one thing principle at any given moment. Do one thing. Not 3 things poorly. One thing excellently. Multitasking is a myth invented by distracted people to justify their lack of progress. When you are working, work. When you are with family, be fully present. When you are exercising, immerse yourself in the movement. Presence is power. James was an entrepreneur who couldn't understand why his business wasn't growing despite working 80 hours per week. I watched him work for 1 day. He'd start a task, get interrupted by an email, respond while thinking about his next meeting, check social media, just for a second, then wonder where his day went. I challenged him. Give me 3 hours of pure focus. No interruptions. No distractions. Just you and your most important task. He complained. He resisted. Finally, he agreed. Those 3 hours produced more valuable work than his previous 3 weeks. He was shocked. I wasn't. Focus is a superpower, and most people have forgotten how to use it. The training, attention muscles focus is a muscle. It atrophies with neglect and strengthens with training. Start small. Set the timer for 25 minutes. Focus on one task. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back. No judgment. Just redirection. Gradually increase the duration. 25 minutes becomes 50. 50 becomes 90. Eventually, you'll enter flow states where 3 hours feels like 30 minutes and you'll produce work that would normally take you 3 days. The protection. The digital sunset 1 hour before bed. All screens go off. No phone. No TV. No computer. This final hour is for winding down, reflecting, and preparing your mind for recovery. The blue light from screens destroys your sleep quality, and poor sleep destroys your discipline. Read a physical book. Journal. Meditate. Talk with loved ones. Do anything except stare at a screen. Your sleep will improve. Your energy will increase. Your focus will sharpen. Your attention is your most valuable currency. Every time you let someone or something steal it without permission, you are giving away pieces of your potential. Build your focus fortress. Guard it fiercely. Use it wisely. This single skill will separate you from 99% of people who are drowning in distraction while calling it staying connected. Chapter 4. The Failure Fuel System. Let's talk about failure. The thing everyone fears and everyone experiences. The thing that stops most people from even trying. The thing that successful people have learned to weaponize. You are going to fail. Accept it now. You'll fail more times than you succeed. Your plans won't work. Your efforts won't always pay off. People will doubt you. Some will laugh. Others will say, "I told you so," when things don't go as planned. Good. Let them talk. While they are talking, you'll be learning. Here's what separates winners from losers. Winners see failure as feedback. Losers see failure as fatal. Winners ask, "What can I learn?" Losers ask, "Why does this always happen to me?" Every failure contains a gift, if you are brave enough to unwrap it. Every setback is setting up your comeback. Every no is directing you toward a better yes. But only if you choose to see it that way. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he said, "I didn't fail 10,000 times. I successfully found 10,000 ways that didn't work." That mindset made him a genius. That same mindset is available to you. The Failure Framework. 1. Fail fast. Learn faster. Stop being so careful. Stop trying to avoid all mistakes. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Launch before you are ready. Make mistakes quickly so you can correct them quickly. The faster you fail, the faster you learn, the faster you succeed. 2. Document your disasters. Keep a failure journal. After every setback, write down what happened, what you learned, and what you'll do differently next time. This transforms random failures into systematic learning. You are not just failing, you are collecting data for your future success. 3. Reframe the loss. Never say, "I'm a failure." Say, "I experienced a failure." You are not your results. You are someone having an experience. Bad results don't make you bad. They make you informed. 4. Extract the lesson. Every failure teaches something valuable if you are willing to look for it. Maybe it reveals a weak skill. Maybe it exposes a bad partnership. Maybe it shows you what doesn't work so you can focus on what does. Mine every failure for its golden lesson. 5. Applying immediately. Learning without application is just entertainment. Take the lesson from your failure and immediately apply it to your next attempt. This is how you transform failure into fuel. Let me tell you about Rachel. She started 5 businesses before age 30. All 5 failed. Her friends thought she was crazy. Her family worried about her. She had moments of crushing doubt. But here's what nobody saw. Each failure taught her something critical. Business 1 taught her about marketing. Business 2 taught her about hiring. Business 3 taught her about cash flow. Business 4 taught her about timing. Business 5 taught her about partnerships. Business 6? It succeeded beyond her wildest dreams. Not because she got lucky. Because she had 5 businesses worth of expensive education that her successful competitors had paid consultants millions to learn. Her failures were actually her MBA, paid for in courage instead of cash. The resilience ritual: when you experience a setback, give yourself 24 hours to feel the emotions. Be disappointed. Be frustrated. Be human. But after 24 hours, you are done. No more dwelling. No more pity parties. You process, you learn, you move forward. Successful people feel the same pain as unsuccessful people. They just don't camp out there. They visit the valley of disappointment, extract the lessons, and climb back up the mountain. The perspective shift: in 5 years, will this failure matter? In most cases, no. In retrospect, you'll probably laugh about it. So why give it more power than it deserves today? Zoom out. The failure that feels crushing today is often the pivot point that redirects you towards something better. Your relationship with failure determines your capacity for success. Make peace with failure. Expect it. Welcome it. Learn from it. Let it make you better, not bitter. The people who never fail are the people who never try. And the people who never try never achieve anything worth remembering. Choose the path of the bold, the brave, the willing to fail. That's where legends are made. Chapter 5: The Environment Engineering System. Your environment is silently programming your behavior every single day. The people you spend time with, the space you work in, the information you consume, all of it is either building you up or breaking you down. Here's a hard truth: you cannot outperform your environment. If you are surrounded by pessimists, you'll develop pessimistic thoughts. If your workspace is cluttered, your mind will be cluttered. If you are constantly consuming negative news, you'll develop a negative worldview. You must engineer your environment for success. Physical space optimization. Your workspace should inspire work. Clean it. Organize it. Make it a place where focus flows naturally. Remove distractions. Add inspiration. Position yourself for productivity. When Olympic athletes train, they optimize every detail of their environment: temperature, lighting, equipment, music. Why? Because small environmental factors create massive performance differences. Your workspace deserves the same attention. Social circle surgery. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Look at your closest friends. Are they pushing you forward or pulling you backward? Are they dreamers or doers? Are they making excuses or making progress? This doesn't mean abandoning people who are struggling. It means being strategic about who influences your daily mindset. You can love people from a distance while protecting your mental environment. Find people who are where you want to be. Study them. Learn from them. Spend time with them. Their habits will become your habits. Their standards will become your standards. Their success will become your blueprint. Information diet. You wouldn't eat junk food at every meal and expect a healthy body. Stop consuming junk information and expecting a healthy mind. The average person consumes 34 gigabytes of information daily. Most of it is garbage, sensationalized news, drama, gossip, complaints. Curate your information sources ruthlessly. Follow people who educate and inspire. Unfollow people who drain and discourage. Read books instead of tweets. Listen to podcasts instead of gossip. Feed your mind nutrients, not poison. Digital boundaries. Your phone should serve you, not rule you. Delete social media apps or use app blockers during work hours. Turn off all unnecessary notifications. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb mode by default. Create specific times for checking emails and messages. Outside those times, they don't exist. This boundary will feel uncomfortable at first. That discomfort is the feeling of taking back control. Trigger management. Identify environmental triggers that lead to bad habits. Is the couch your productivity killer? Move. Is the kitchen your diet destroyer? Don't linger there. Is your phone your focus thief? Put it in another room. Make good behaviors easy and bad behaviors hard. Want to exercise in the morning? Sleep in your workout clothes. Want to eat healthy? Don't keep junk food in the house. Want to read more? Put books everywhere and hide your TV remote. Carlos was trying to lose weight but kept failing. His environment was working against him. His gym was 30 minutes away. Junk food filled his pantry. His friends invited him to happy hour 3 times per week. I helped him engineer a new environment. He joined a gym 5 minutes from home. He cleared all junk food and restocked healthy options. He found new friends who were into fitness. He even moved closer to a neighborhood with walking trails. 6 months later, he'd lost 60 pounds. Not because he had more willpower. Because he removed the need for willpower by engineering an environment where healthy choices were the default. The inspiration infrastructure. Surround yourself with reminders of your goals. Put your vision board where you'll see it daily. Post motivational quotes in your workspace. Set inspiring images as your phone wallpaper. Create visual cues that keep your goals top of mind. Your environment should constantly remind you of who you are becoming. Make it impossible to forget your mission. You are not weak. Your environment might just be working against you. Fix the environment and you'll be shocked how much easier discipline becomes. This isn't cheating. This is strategy. Winners understand that willpower is limited, but well-designed environments create effortless action. Engineer your world for success, and success becomes inevitable. Chapter 6. The Momentum Multiplication Method. Objects in motion tend to stay in motion. Objects at rest tend to stay at rest. This law of physics applies perfectly to human achievement. Momentum is the most underrated force in personal development. Starting is hard. Continuing is easy once momentum builds. But most people never build momentum because they make too critical mistakes. They start too big and they stop too soon. The starting small philosophy. Forget grand transformations. Forget radical overhauls. Start with something so small it feels almost embarrassing. Want to start exercising? Don't commit to an hour at the gym. Commit to 1 push-up. Want to start writing? Don't commit to a novel. Commit to 1 sentence. This sounds ridiculous. That's the point. The goal isn't the 1 push-up. The goal is proving to yourself that you can keep a commitment. The goal is building the identity of someone who does what they say they'll do. 1 push-up is never just 1 push-up. It's the beginning of momentum. Today's 1 push-up becomes tomorrow's 5. Next week's 5 becomes next month's 50. Small, consistent actions compound into massive results. The streak strategy. Jerry Seinfeld, one of the most successful comedians ever, credits his success to a simple strategy. He made himself write 1 joke every single day. He marked an X on his calendar each day he wrote. Soon, he had a chain of excess. His only goal became, don't break the chain. The streak becomes its own motivation. After 7 days, you don't want to break your 7-day streak. After 30 days, you definitely don't want to reset to 0. After 100 days, stopping feels harder than continuing. Pick 1 keystone habit. 1 action that, if done consistently, will create ripple effects across your life. Commit to doing it every single day for 100 days. Track it. Watch your streak grow. Protect it like treasure. The 2-day rule. Life happens. You'll miss days. The key is never missing 2 days in a row. Miss 1 day? It's a slip. Miss 2 days? It's a pattern. Patterns become habits. Bad habits become lifestyles. If you miss your workout Monday, hit it hard Tuesday. If you skip your reading Wednesday, double down Thursday. The 2-day rule prevents temporary setbacks from becoming permanent failures. The progress documentation. Take photos. Keep logs. Track metrics. Document your journey. When motivation wanes, you'll need evidence that you are making progress. Without documentation, the middle of the journey feels like you're going nowhere. Weekly progress checks remind you how far you've come. Monthly reviews show patterns and trends. Yearly retrospectives prove that consistency creates miracles. The micro-win mentality. Celebrate small victories. Finished your morning routine? Acknowledge it. Completed your workout? Recognize it. Stuck to your food plan? Honor it. These micro-wins create positive reinforcement that fuels continued action. Most people only celebrate major milestones. By then, they've often quit. Successful people celebrate the daily wins that lead to major milestones. They understand that the journey is made of small steps, and each step deserves recognition. The accountability amplifier. Tell someone about your commitment. Better yet, find someone doing the same thing and commit together. Accountability partners transform personal goals into shared missions. You are not just letting yourself down when you quit, you are letting them down too. Public commitment increases follow-through. Post your goals. Share your progress. Let the world watch. Social pressure becomes positive motivation. Dorok wanted to learn Spanish but kept quitting after a few weeks. I told him, commit to 10 minutes daily for 100 days. Tell 5 people about this commitment. Document your progress publicly. He was terrified of public failure. Good. That fear became fuel. Every day, he posted his 10-minute check-in. Some days were great. Some days were terrible. But he showed up. Day after day after day. On day 100, he had his first conversation in Spanish. 6 months later, he was taking business calls with clients in Mexico. 1 year later, he was translating for his company. All because he built momentum with 10 minutes daily. The momentum shield. Once you have momentum, protect it fiercely. Someone wants to grab drinks on your workout day? Say no. Invited to a party during your creative time? Decline. Your momentum is more valuable than any social obligation. People who don't have momentum won't understand. They'll call you obsessed. They'll say you are taking things too seriously. Let them. While they're living for today's pleasure, you are building tomorrow's empire. Momentum is delicate at first and powerful once established. Treat the beginning with patience and the middle with persistence. The end will take care of itself because by then, stopping will feel harder than continuing. That's the magic of momentum. It transforms discipline from a daily struggle into an unstoppable force. Chapter 7. The Sacrifice Strategy. Every gain requires a sacrifice. Every yes to something important requires a no to something less important. You cannot have everything. But you can have anything if you are willing to sacrifice everything else for it. This is where most people fail. They want the results but won't accept the cost. They want the fitness transformation but won't sacrifice the comfort food. They want financial freedom but won't sacrifice unnecessary spending. They want a successful business but won't sacrifice the comfortable job. Success demands sacrifice. The question is, what are you willing to give up to get what you want? Time sacrifice. You have the same 24 hours as Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, and every successful person you admire. The difference isn't time, it's priorities. Successful people sacrifice low-value activities for high-value results. TV watching averages 3 hours daily for most people. That's 1,095 hours per year. That's enough time to master a new skill, build a side business, or write a book. But most people sacrifice their potential for Netflix. Don't be like most people. Social media scrolling averages 2.5 hours daily. That's 912 hours annually. Imagine what you could create with an extra 912 hours. But you can't have both. You must choose the highlight reels of others or the actual building of your own life. Comfort sacrifice. Growth lives outside your comfort zone. Always has. Always will. If you want to become someone you've never been, you must do things you've never done. And those things will feel uncomfortable. The early morning alarm feels uncomfortable. The workout feels uncomfortable. The new skill feels uncomfortable. The networking event feels uncomfortable. Public speaking feels uncomfortable. Good. That discomfort is growth trying to happen. Comfort is seductive. It promises safety and ease. But comfort is also a slow killer of dreams. Every day you choose comfort over growth, you sacrifice your potential for temporary ease. Relationship sacrifice. Some relationships support your growth. Others anchor you to your past. You might need to distance yourself from friends who mock your ambitions, family members who reinforce your limitations, or partners who resent your evolution. This is painful. These are people you care about. But you cannot let their fears dictate your future. Love them, but love yourself more. Respect them, but respect your dreams more. You might lose friends who can't evolve with you. You might disappoint family members who want you to stay small. You might outgrow relationships that were built on old versions of you. This is the price of growth. Pleasure sacrifice. You cannot optimize for pleasure and excellence simultaneously. Weekend partying and Monday productivity don't coexist. Late-night Netflix binges and early morning workouts don't align. Constant social events and deep work don't mix. Successful people delay gratification. They sacrifice today's pleasure for tomorrow's freedom. They understand that discipline today creates ease tomorrow, while ease today creates discipline needs tomorrow. This doesn't mean never having fun. It means being strategic about when and how you indulge. It means earning your pleasure through achievement rather than using pleasure as an escape from lack of achievement. Money sacrifice. Want to start a business? You might need to invest savings that others spend on vacations. Want to get educated? You might need to pay for courses while others buy new cars. Want to build wealth? You might need to live frugally while others live for show. Every entrepreneur sacrificed financial security for financial potential. Every investor sacrificed immediate consumption for long-term wealth. Every successful person delayed monetary gratification for bigger future rewards. Sleep sacrifice. This is controversial, but truth is truth. Sometimes you need to sacrifice sleep to make progress. Not forever. Not as a lifestyle. But when you are building something important, when you are in the critical growth phase, you might need to wake up earlier or stay up later than comfortable. 4 hours of focused work on your dreams is worth more than 8 hours of unconscious employee drudgery. Don't sacrifice sleep to watch TV. Sacrifice it to build empires. The sacrifice hierarchy. Not all sacrifices are equal. Sacrifice the trivial to protect the vital. Give up the good to achieve the great. Let go of the temporary to grasp the permanent. List everything demanding your time, energy, and money. Ruthlessly eliminate the bottom 80% that produces only 20% of results. This will be painful. You'll feel guilty. You'll worry about missing out. Perfect. That pain is progress trying to happen. Michael Jordan sacrificed his personal life to become the greatest basketball player ever. Kobe Bryant sacrificed social relationships to achieve greatness. Arnold Schwarzenegger sacrificed comfort to build an empire. Every icon you admire made sacrifices you can't see. You don't have to sacrifice everything. But you do have to sacrifice something. The question is, what matters more? Your comfort or your dreams? Your excuses or your excellence? Your current life or your potential life? Choose wisely. Because choosing nothing is choosing everything average. Chapter 8. The Identity Transformation Process. Your results are a lagging measure of your identity. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your identity. If you want different results, you must become a different person. Most people try to change their results while maintaining their old identity. They want to lose weight while still identifying as an overweight person. They want to build wealth while still identifying as someone who's not good with money. They want success while still identifying as someone who never catches a break. It doesn't work. Your identity is your operating system. All behaviors flow from it. Change the identity, and the behaviors change automatically. The identity question. Stop asking, what do I want to achieve? Start asking, who do I want to become? The person who achieves the goal is more important than the goal itself. Want to write a book? Don't focus on writing a book. Focus on becoming a writer. Writers write daily. They don't wait for inspiration. They don't make excuses. They write. When you adopt the identity of a writer, writing becomes non-negotiable. Want to get fit? Don't focus on losing 50 pounds. Focus on becoming an athlete. Athletes train consistently. They fuel their bodies properly. They prioritize recovery. When you adopt the identity of an athlete, weight loss becomes a natural byproduct. The evidence collection. Your brain believes what you show it repeatedly. Want to become disciplined? Collect evidence of your discipline. Each time you keep a commitment to yourself, you are casting a vote for your new identity. Want to become confident? Collect evidence of your courage. Each time you do something that scares you, you are proving to yourself that you are brave. Stack enough evidence and your brain has no choice but to update its self-concept. Every action is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. You don't need to be perfect. You need to win the majority of votes. If 51% of your actions align with your desired identity, you'll become that person. The language shift. Listen to how you talk about yourself. I'm terrible at mornings programs your identity. Shift to I'm becoming a morning person. I'm not good with money locks in limitations. Shift to I'm learning financial literacy. I'm just not disciplined creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. Shift to I'm building my discipline muscle. The words I am are the most powerful words you'll ever speak. They define your identity. Use them carefully. Program them intentionally. The role-playing method. Want to become successful? Act as if you are already successful. Not in fake, delusional ways. In practical, behavioral ways. How does a successful person manage their time? Do that. How does a successful person handle setbacks? Do that. How does a successful person invest in themselves? Do that. Your brain doesn't distinguish between acting as if and actually being. If you consistently behave like the person you want to become, your brain will eventually accept that identity as real. The environment alignment. Your identity is reinforced or contradicted by your environment. If you are trying to become healthy but your pantry is filled with junk food, your environment contradicts your identity. If you are trying to become productive but your desk is cluttered with distractions, your environment undermines your identity. Audit every aspect of your environment. Does it support who you are becoming or who you used to be? Change what needs changing. The past release. Your past doesn't predict your future unless you let it. You are not defined by your previous failures, mistakes, or limitations. Those were the actions of your old identity. You are creating a new identity now. Stop telling the same old stories about why you are the way you are. Stop using past evidence to justify current limitations. Your past is data, not destiny. The daily declaration. Every morning, declare your new identity. Stand in front of a mirror and speak it into existence. I am disciplined. I am focused. I am unstoppable. Feeling foolish? Good. Transformation requires you to do things that feel uncomfortable. Your subconscious mind is listening. Feed it the identity you want, not the identity you had. Repetition creates belief. Belief creates behavior. Behavior creates results. Lisa identified as someone who always struggles with money. She'd been broke her entire adult life. When we worked together, I didn't teach her budgeting. I taught her identity transformation. First, we changed her language. I struggle with money became I'm learning financial mastery. Then we collected evidence. Every time she made a smart financial decision, she documented it. She started acting like someone who valued money, researching investments, reading financial books, surrounding herself with financially successful people. Within 3 months, her financial situation began improving. Not because the economy changed. Not because she got lucky. Because she became a different person. Someone who respects money, manages it wisely, and makes it grow. Your identity is not fixed. It's fluid, malleable, waiting to be rewritten. The person you were yesterday doesn't have to be the person you are today. And the person you are today doesn't have to be the person you are tomorrow. You get to choose. Choose powerfully. Chapter 9. The Execution Excellence Formula. Ideas are worthless. Execution is everything. The world is filled with brilliant ideas that never materialized because their owners never moved beyond planning into action. You don't need better ideas. You need better execution. The imperfect action principle. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop refining your plan endlessly. Stop researching yourself into paralysis. Done is better than perfect. Launching is better than perfect. Starting is better than perfect. Perfectionism is fear wearing a disguise. It pretends to be about excellence, but it's really about avoiding judgment, failure, and discomfort. Perfectionists rarely finish anything because they are too busy making it perfect. Take imperfect action. Launch the messy first version. Start before you are ready. You learn more from 1 week of action than 1 year of planning. The MVP mindset. Minimum viable product. This isn't just for tech startups. This is for everything. What's the smallest version of your goal that you can execute immediately? Want to start a business? Don't build a full website with 50 pages. Create 1 landing page and test if anyone's interested. Want to write a book? Don't plan all 12 chapters. Write 1 chapter and see if people want to read it. Want to get fit? Don't design a 12-month program. Execute 1 solid week and build from there. Start with the minimum version that allows you to learn and adjust. Perfect it later. Execute it now. The feedback loop. Action creates information. Information guides adjustment. Adjustment improves action. This loop separates winners from losers. Winners execute, learn, and adjust rapidly. Losers plan endlessly and adjust nothing because they never started. Every action gives you data. Use it. Did that approach work? Great. Do more. Did it fail? Great. Do something different. The faster you execute this feedback loop, the faster you succeed. The decision velocity. Successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly. Unsuccessful people make decisions slowly and change them quickly. Speed matters. When faced with a decision, give yourself a time limit. Small decisions get 60 seconds. Medium decisions get 24 hours. Big decisions get 1 week. Then commit. Overthinking is the assassination of progress. The 40% rule. Navy SEALs have a principle. When your mind tells you are done, you are only 40% done. Your body and mind have far more capacity than they think they do. Your perceived limits are illusions designed to keep you safe and comfortable. When you want to quit, you are just hitting the first wall. Push through. You have 60% more in the tank. Most people stop at 40%. Winners push to 80%. Legends push to 100%. The execution barriers. Identify what stops you from executing. Usually, it's one of 3 things: unclear objectives, overwhelming scope, or lack of accountability. Unclear objectives. If you don't know exactly what you are trying to do, you won't do it. Define your outcome with painful specificity. Not, get fit, but, lose 20 pounds in 12 weeks by exercising 5 days per week and eating 2000 calories daily. Overwhelming scope. Big goals paralyze. Break them into small, executable actions. Don't write a book. Write 500 words. Don't build a business. Create one product. Small actions overcome overwhelm. Lack of accountability. Without consequences for inaction, most people don't act. Create accountability through public commitment, accountability partners, or financial stakes. Make inaction painful and action inevitable. The daily execution ritual. Every morning, identify your one most important execution task. Not your easiest task. Not your most urgent task. Your most important task, the one that moves the needle on your biggest goal. Complete this task before anything else. Before email. Before meetings. Before distractions. This one task is non-negotiable. Everything else is a bonus. The energy management. Execution requires energy. Protect your energy like a precious resource. Stop wasting it on drama, complaints, and other people's problems. Stop letting energy vampires drain your battery. Fuel your body with real food. Exercise to generate energy. Sleep to restore energy. Meditate to conserve energy. Then direct all that energy toward execution. The constraint theory. Resources are limited. Time is limited. Energy is limited. Accept these constraints and use them to force better decisions. Constraints breed creativity. Unlimited resources breed waste. If you only had 1 hour today to move toward your goal, what would you do? Do that. If you only had $100 to invest in your business, how would you spend it? Spend it that way. Constraints force priority clarity. The momentum maintenance. Once you start executing, don't stop. Stopping kills momentum. Momentum is the difference between struggling and flowing. Keep showing up. Keep taking action. Even small actions maintain momentum. One bad day won't ruin you. But one bad day becomes to becoming 3 becoming a week. That kills momentum. Protect your streak. Guard your rhythm. Maintain your execution consistency. Brian wanted to build a coaching business. He spent 8 months building the perfect website, designing the perfect logo, and planning the perfect program. Meanwhile, he had 0 clients and 0 income. I told him, send 10 emails today offering your services. Stop perfecting. Start executing. He resisted. He wanted everything perfect first. I insisted. He sent the emails. Within 24 hours, he had 3 responses. Within 1 week, he had his first client. Within 1 month, he had 5 clients and $10,000 in revenue. His imperfect execution achieved more in 1 month than his perfect planning achieved in 8. Execution beats intention. Every time. All the time. No exceptions. Stop planning your life. Start living it. The world rewards those who execute, not those who intend to execute. Chapter 10. The Unstoppable Mindset. The final piece of your discipline revolution is developing an unstoppable mindset. This is the mental armor that protects you when life attacks. And life will attack. You'll face rejection, criticism, setbacks, failures, betrayals, disappointments. People will doubt you. Circumstances will challenge you. Your own mind will sometimes turn against you. The unstoppable mindset isn't about avoiding these challenges. It's about becoming someone who thrives despite them. Someone who gets knocked down and gets back up. Someone who turns obstacles into fuel. The obstacle reverence. Stop seeing obstacles as problems. Start seeing them as professors. Every challenge is teaching you something valuable: patience, creativity, resilience, innovation. The obstacle in front of you is not blocking your path. It is your path. It's the universe asking, how badly do you want this? Show it. Prove it. Overcome it. Ancient Stoics had a saying, the obstacle is the way. The thing stopping you contains the lesson you need to reach the next level. Study it. Learn from it. Grow because of it. The anti-fragile principle. Some things break under stress. Some things stay the same. Some things get stronger under stress. That last category is anti-fragile. You must become anti-fragile. Muscles grow by being broken down. Immune systems strengthen by fighting infections. Businesses improve by solving customer complaints. You become unstoppable by facing what could stop you. Each challenge you overcome makes you stronger for the next one. You are not just surviving difficulties, you are becoming more capable because of them. The mental immunity. Develop immunity to other people's opinions. Not because you don't care about people, because you can't let their fears limit your dreams. Their doubt is about them, not you. When someone says, that's impossible, or, you'll never succeed, or, who do you think you are? They're really saying, I couldn't do that. I'm afraid. I don't believe in myself. Don't let their limitations become yours. Listen to advice. Ignore opinions. Take wisdom. Reject fear. Keep your circle tight and your standards high. The adversity advantage. Your biggest advantages often come disguised as disadvantages. The setback that seemed devastating redirects you toward something better. The door that closes forces you toward a door that was meant to open. Every successful person has a story of how their biggest break came from their biggest breakdown. The job they lost led to the business they built. The relationship that ended led to the person they were meant to find. The failure that crushed them led to the success that defined them. Your adversity is setting up your advantage. Trust the process. The comparison kill switch. Comparison is the death of joy and the birth of inadequacy. Stop measuring your chapter 1 against someone else's chapter 20. Stop comparing your behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel. Run your own race. At your own pace. In your own lane. The only person you need to be better than is who you were yesterday. That's the only comparison that matters. The rejection resilience. Rejection is redirection. The person who said no cleared space for the person who will say yes. The opportunity that fell through made room for the opportunity that was meant for you. Collect rejections. Celebrate them. Each no brings you closer to yes. Each closed door brings you closer to the open one. Rejection isn't personal. It's statistical. Keep asking. Keep trying. Keep moving. The pain purpose. Pain is temporary. Quitting is permanent. When you are in the middle of a struggle, remind yourself why you started. Connect your purpose. That connection transforms pain from something that breaks you to something that builds you. Your why must be bigger than your why not. Your purpose must be stronger than your pain. When the two battle, the stronger one wins. Make your purpose unstoppable. The future pull. Let your future pull you forward more than your past holds you back. Your past might be filled with failures. Your future can be filled with victories. Which one gets more of your attention determines which one gets more of your life. Orient toward possibility. Fix your eyes on what you are building, not what you've broken. The windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror for a reason. The gratitude ground. Gratitude is the foundation of the unstoppable mindset. You cannot be ungrateful and unstoppable simultaneously. Appreciation for what you have fuels energy for what you want. Every morning, identify 3 things you are grateful for. Every evening, identify 3 wins from the day. This simple practice rewires your brain to see abundance instead of lack, progress instead of problems. The legacy lens. You are building something bigger than yourself. Your discipline today is creating a blueprint for others tomorrow. Your persistence is inspiring someone watching. Your success will prove what's possible. Live like someone is always watching. Because someone is the future version of you. Make them proud. Build a legacy worth leaving. Jennifer had every reason to quit. Single mom. Working 3 jobs. Barely making ends meet. Going back to school while raising kids alone. Everyone told her to be realistic. To accept her situation. To stop dreaming. She didn't listen. She developed an unstoppable mindset. She decided that obstacles were assignments, not obstacles. She turned every no into fuel. She rejected her teacher. She let her kids' future pull her forward. 5 years later, she has a degree, owns her own business, and provides for her family comfortably. People call it luck. She calls it being unstoppable. You have that same power. The power to be unstoppable. Not because life will stop challenging you. Because you'll stop letting challenges stop you. That's the difference. That's the revolution. We've covered a lot. Morning protocols. Focus fortresses. Failure fuel. Environment engineering. Momentum multiplication. Sacrifice strategies. Identity transformation. Execution excellence. Unstoppable mindsets. But knowledge without action is just entertainment. You haven't changed until your behavior changes. And your behavior won't change until you make a decision right now. So here's your moment of truth. Will you go back to your old life? The one with big dreams and small actions? The one with beautiful plans and zero execution? The one where you are always starting over because you never commit fully? Or will you start your discipline revolution today? Right now. This moment. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start. Pick one thing from this audiobook. One principle. One technique. One strategy. Commit to it for 30 days. Not forever. Just 30 days. Give yourself 1 month of pure discipline in one area. See what happens. I guarantee you'll be shocked by the results. Your discipline revolution doesn't require permission. It doesn't need perfect timing. It doesn't wait for motivation. It starts with a decision and continues with commitment. 5 years from now, you'll arrive somewhere. The question is, where? Will you regret it because you didn't start? Or will you arrive at the celebration because you did? The person you are capable of becoming is waiting for you on the other side of discipline. The life you dream about is waiting for you on the other side of consistency. The success you desire is waiting for you on the other side of sacrifice. Everything you want is available. But you have to be willing to do what most people won't. You have to be willing to become who most people can't. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your revolution. Now go build the life you deserve. One disciplined decision at a time. The world is waiting for the unstoppable version of you. Let's go. Before we part ways, I want to leave you with one final truth. You are not average. You never were. The fact that you are here, that you listened all the way through, that you are willing to challenge yourself and grow, that already sets you apart from 95% of people. Most people will never take action on what they learned here. They'll nod along, feel inspired for a moment, and then go right back to their old patterns. But you are different. I can feel it. The world needs what you have to offer. The world needs your gifts, your talents, your unique perspective. But it can't receive them until you develop the discipline to share them. Your family needs the best version of you. Your future needs the disciplined version of you. Your dreams depend on the committed version of you. So here's what I want you to do right now. Pause this audiobook. Take out your phone or grab a piece of paper. Write down the one thing you are committing to starting today. Not tomorrow. Today. Right now. Maybe it's the morning routine. Maybe it's eliminating one distraction. Maybe it's starting that project you've been postponing. Whatever it is, write it down. Make it real. Make it official. Then, Share it with someone. Text a friend. Post it on social media. Tell your family. Create accountability. Make it harder to quit than to continue. Remember, discipline is a practice, not a destination. Some days will be hard. Some days you'll fail. That's okay. That's expected. That's human. What matters is that you keep showing up. Keep trying. Keep growing. Every single day, you get to choose who you are becoming. Choose wisely. Choose powerfully. Choose the version of yourself that your future self will thank you for. I believe in you. Not because I know you personally, but because I know what's possible when someone commits to discipline. I've seen ordinary people create extraordinary lives simply by showing up consistently. You have everything you need already inside you. The discipline, the strength, the capability. You just need to unlock it through action. So go. Start your revolution. Build your empire. Create your masterpiece. Become unstoppable. The world is waiting for you to rise. And when you do, nothing will ever be the same. This is your time.